All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so I got this article, man. All right, in front of you, man. The title reads, Bill Gates boasts new electronic tattoo system, all right, will eradicate non-compliance with Agenda 23. All right, now we know what this is all leading up to, man. All right, everything that the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord have been telling you, man. All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord being the Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. All right, that same doctrine. All right, because they are telling you that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, that the mark of the beast is an actual physical tangible thing that the elites want to implant under your skin. All right, because you have false prophets that will tell you that the mark of the beast is a spiritual thing. No, the mark of the beast is an actual physical thing, man, which is the RFID microchip, man. Okay, these false prophets will tell you that the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast, man. Like I said, they will tell you it's a spiritual thing, man. All right, and it's so easy to see. It's so easy to see by now. Look at everything, man. Everything becoming digital. All right, you got the CBDCs. All right, you got articles like this coming out. Many other articles we have done lessons on. All right, showing you that the elites, you know, they want to shut down this whole economy, man. All right, to usher in the RFID microchip, which is known as the mark of the beast in the Bible, man. All right, so it says Bill Gates boasts new electronic tattoo system will eradicate non-compliance with Agenda 23, man. All right, so let's get into it. This is coming August 17th, 2025, today, man. All right, so let's get into it. I read like this part of the article. All right, I read this. I didn't read the whole article though, but we'll see what this is talking about, man. All right, so it says, while everyone is looking the other way, Bill Gates is working feverishly behind the scenes to kill off smartphones and replace them with a new technology, electronic tattoos embedded under the skin. See, we've been warning you day in and day out, man. All right, what the mark of the beast is. All right, we telling you it's coming. All right, and that you are not to take the mark of the beast, man. Okay, embedded under the skin. It's so easy to see what the MOTB is, man. They're throwing it right in front of your face. They're telling you in front of your face. You know, the scriptures say that their tongue shall fall upon themselves, man. You know, that they'll basically rat upon themselves, man. You know? Come on, man. Let's get into it, all right? So it says, according to Gates, life as you know it will soon be impossible without one, all right? Digital IDs fuse with your body, all right? And we've been telling you this, man. We break down the mark of the beast all the time, going into the word charagma, then the word charax, then the word grapho, breaking the Greek down, man. You know, then going into the word character. You know, it's so easy. We go into the word stigma. All right, because 666 in the Greek is kai sai stigma. When you go into that word stigma, it means a mark printed or branded upon the body, man. Okay? So it says digital IDs fuse with your body, a modern mark of the beast, all right? Controlling access to everything, work, travel, and money. Yeah, it's crazy because you got people outside of this Israelite ministry of ours, this Israelite ministry, all right, that can see what the mark of the beast is, man. But you got these other Israelite camps like IUIC, all right, ISUPK, All right, and all these other Israelite camps, they can't see that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man. All right, it says controlling access to everything, work, travel, money. Yeah, because once this RFID, the mark of the beast, is ushered out and made mandatory under the punishment of death, all right, you're gonna need that to participate in everyday society, man. All right, if you want to travel, all right, if you want to work, obtain your money that you have worked for, all right, if you want to go to the grocery store, to the gym, to wherever, man. All right, you're gonna have to receive that MOTB, the mark of the beast, all right, which is the digital chocolate chip that the elites want to implant under your skin. All right, but we're not worried about the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. We're not worried about being a part of this society. We're already not part of this society, man. We're already not of this world. We don't care about partaking in regular day, everyday society, doing, we don't give a damn about that. Chop our heads off, man. Chop our heads off, man. All right. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Ratazad, the Lord gives me that spirit, man. Just say, F it, man. Take my head off, man. Because many prophets and many servants are going to have to be beheaded. All right. For not receiving the MOTB, the mark of the beast. All right. Just like Apostle John seen in the book of Revelations, man. All right. He seen the men being beheaded for not receiving the mark of the beast, man. All right, but that's an automatic crown. The Lord said, be faithful unto death, and I shall give thee a crown of life. Let's grab that, man. I remember when that scripture was first brought to me, man. I learned that scripture, man. Bro, that scripture gives you chills, bro. All right? Revelate. That's the words of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai said that. Okay, let's grab that, man. All right, let's grab that. All right. Let's start at Let's start at verse 10. Revelation 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." Yeah, because a lot of us are gonna be tempted. All right. A lot of us are gonna suffer. All right. Some of us are gonna be thrown in FEMA camps, concentration camps. Some of us are gonna be tortured. But the Lord said, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." Yeah, it's not talking about spiritual Satan, man. All right, it's not talking about a red man, all right, with horns and a pitchfork throwing us in the no. It's talking about Esau, Edom, man. All right, because his agenda is to bring forth the new world order, and part of that agenda, all right, is to that part of that agenda is to enslave this world with their technology, which is the RFID microchip, man. So those that don't comply, those that don't take the MOTB, the mark of the beast, are going to be beheaded, man. All right, tortured, thrown into prison, like it says right here. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Yeah, because this is the great temptation when the mark of the beast is brought forth. All right, this is what it all boils down to. All right, this is the last trial. All right, the last part of the trial, man. All right, because this is going to come up. This is known as that. That's why it's called the hour of temptation. All right, let's get that. All right, Revelation 3. All right, this is known as that. When the mark of the beast is ushered in, it's known as the hour of temptation. All right, it says Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience." Keeping the word of the Lord's patience is doing this work, going out to the highways and hedges, teaching. All right, studying. Doing the work. All right, doing the teaching lessons during the week, going out to the highways and hedges, reading, studying. All right, doing videos. All right, that's keeping the word of the Lord's patience. All right, because thou hast kept the word of the Lord's patience. Yeah, because we fed Yahweh Shai. All right, we fed Yahweh Shai, going into that parable. All right, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is when the mark of the beast is brought forth, man. All right, because we kept the word of the Lord's patience, so the Lord is gonna protect us during that time. The Lord's gonna put the spirit upon us to not take it, man, and to just say F it, get our heads chopped off, man. All right, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is when the mark of the beast is ushered in and made mandatory. All right, which shall come upon all the world. All right, yeah, it shall come upon all the world, because that's the agenda of the elites. All right, and also because they want to control this whole earth. All right, through their technology, which is the RFID microchip, and because the Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. So you got to bring it upon, all right, the whole world, all right, because what Esau, that's part of the great wrath, all right, that Esau Edom is coming with, all right, because he's trying to take as many Israelites down with him, man, because he know that his time is short. He know that his rulership is coming to an end. So he's going to try to take as many Israelites down with him as possible, man. All right, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon this earth. Yeah, so the people are going to be tried, man. All right, this is what it all boils down to, man. All right, the mark of the beast, man. Okay, let's go back to Revelation 2:10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, which is Esau Edom, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. All right, because some of us are going to be tortured, put to death. All right, but the Lord said, fear none of those things. All right, that ye may be tried. All right, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, the Lord said, be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right, because that's an automatic crown, bro. And getting your head chopped off, that's a quick death. That's a quick death. You see, you're not supposed to really fear death, because death is nothing but the spirit separating from the body, man. The Lord said, fear not the sentence of death. Let's get that real quick. All right. Fear not the sentence of death. All right. Let's grab that real quick. Woo. All right. This is in the book of Sirach. All right, the book of Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, all right, chapter 41:3, it says, fear not the sentence of death. All right, yeah, all right. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after, for this is the sentence of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai over all flesh. All right, so the Lord said, fear not the sentence of death. All right. Let's read that again. The book of Ecclesiasticus 41:3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after. For this is the sentence of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai over all flesh. All right. This is the sentence over all flesh, which is death. Right, but we're not to fear death, man. That's nothing but the spirit separating from the body, man. And the Lord said, be faithful unto death, and I shall give thee a crown of life. Because those that die in Yahweh Shai, those are going to be the first one risen up to be received into the chariots to escape the nuclear fire, man. All right, and the rest of the elect, they're gonna meet the ones that died in Yahweh Shai in the clouds, which are the chariots, man. What this world calls a UFO. All right, that's how we're going to get beamed up. All right, that's how we're going to save that's how we're going to get saved from the nuclear destruction. We're going to get beamed up into the chariots, man. All right, what this world calls a so-called UFO. All right, in the scriptures describe them as a wheel within a wheel, man. All right, Zechariah seen them, man. He said, behold, I see a flying roll. All right, when you go to, I think it's Zechariah, the 5th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Zechariah 5:1. And then he said, this is the curse that go into the house of the thief. All right, this is the curse that's going to destroy America, man. All right, let's go back into this article, man. All right, so it said, we've been warning, all right, about the elite's beast system for years. Well, you know, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are the ones that have really been warning, all right? The rest of the people ain't really been warning. Yeah, they tell you about things, but we're telling you day in and day out. Videos go up every day, man. All right? All right? Nobody, no other camp is more diligent, all right, than Great Millstone and the ones that teach and follow like Great Millstone, man. You know? Day in and day out, videos are going up daily. Hundreds of videos are going up daily, man. All right? Warning you about the mark of the beast, what's getting ready to come, many other things. We're prophesying, man. All right? And then we go out to the highways and hedges. Those are the true prophets. Those are the true warners. All right? The true seers. All right? Because the Lord said what? Give them warning from me. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right? The Lord told Ezekiel, all right? Let's get that. Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. All right? I think around the 17th verse. All right? Yeah. All right? So Ezekiel 3:17. All right? Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. A watchman is another name for a prophet. All right? Because we're watching, we're seeing what's going on and letting the people know. All right? He told Ezekiel, son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. That's who we're a watchman for. Unto the house of Israel. Not the house of Elam. Not the house of Canaan. Not the house of Edom. Not the house of Mizraim. Not the house of Cush. All right? Not the house of Japhet. All right? To the house of Israel. We are a watchman to the house of Israel. Because that's who we're calling in, the elect of the house of Israel. We're fishers of men. Okay? All right? Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Because when we go out to the highways and hedges, all right, we're prophesying, we're watching for the this is who the word of the Lord is for. It's for the Israelites, man. It's not for nobody else. The Lord didn't give his word to nobody else, to no other nation. All right? When you read the book of Psalms 147, the Lord said that he gave his word, all right, to Israel, all right, and that he has not done so for any other nation. All right? But anyway, Ezekiel 3:17, it says, son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me. And that's what we do. We give y'all warning. We're letting you know what the mark of the beast is, so that when it comes, you know what it is and you know to avoid it. All right? The false prophets, the false prophets and false teachers, they're not telling you these things, man. They're not warning you about nothing. The Lord said to give them warning from me. So we are warning you. We are ordered by the Lord to warn you, man. That's what prophets do, man. We let you know things. We let you know what's about to happen before it happens. So that when it does happen, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them, like the scriptures say. All right? Matter of fact, let's grab that, all right? All right? Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Let's grab that. Let's grab that real quick, all right? Yeah, in the same book, man. All right, Isaiah 42:9, it says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. All right, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. All right, and many prophecies do the true prophets and the servants of the Lord. They prophesy, and we've been telling you that World War III is coming. All right, do you not see it now being all put together, man? All right. World War III is what we've been telling you. We've been prophesying it, all right, before it happens, man. All right. America's going to be destroyed. These are all things we're telling you beforehand before it happens, man. Great trouble is coming. The time of Jacob's trouble is coming. And the mark of the beast is coming, which is the RFID microchip, man. All right, Isaiah 42:9, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Come on, man. All right, you know, the Lord said, give them warning from me. So that's what we're doing. All right. All right, we have been ordained. All right, let's get that. What's that? Jeremiah. I have ordained thee. All right, let me see if I grab that real quick. A prophet among the nations. What's that? Jeremiah. I know that's in Jeremiah. Before I formed I knew thee. KJV. I know it's in Jeremiah. It's either 1 and yeah, okay. It's either 1 or 5. All right, Jeremiah 1 and 5. It says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. Yeah, all right. The Lord sanctified us. He cleansed us to be the prophets, man. All right, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations, man. Come on, man. And we've been telling you that the mark of the beast is coming for years and years and years. All right. Great Millstone been on um YouTube, all right, since 2007, warning you about the mark of the beast, man. All right, which is the RFID microchip, man. A physical thing that the elites want to implant under your skin. Okay? All right, let's get back into this article. Let's see what this is saying. All right, it says, and now it's coming to life. Yeah, you can now see it coming to life. All right, the scriptures say, at the end it shall speak. All right, the question is, will you resist or be forced to comply? Well, the elect is going to resist. All right, the elect is going to resist. All right, because that's why they are the elect. All right, it says, at TPV, together with you, our audience, we've been sounding alarm for years. Well, like I've been breaking down the true prophets, all right, which are the Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach like Great Millstone. All right, those are the ones that have been sounding the alarm, man. All right, those are the true prophets. You other people, y'all ain't really saying nothing like that. Yeah, you here and there, you know. All right, but hundreds of videos does Great Millstone push out. Crazy, man. All right, and the ones that teach like Great Millstone, man. All right, it says, we've stood shoulder to shoulder, exposing Bill Gates' relentless drive to force digital ID under your skin. They mocked us, tried to silence us, but we never back down. That's that's really the true prophets, man. All right, now they trying to, you know what I'm saying, like. All right, let me it says we've taken the brickbats, endured ridicule, faced the blowbacks, and for daring to expose a conspiracy hiding in plain sight. Well, it's not a conspiracy, it's prophecy. All right, and prophecy is truth, man. All right. All right, it's prophecy, and the scriptures say all of the words Lord, all of the Lord, the word of the Lord is faithful and true. All right, so it's not a conspiracy theory, it's prophecy and it's truth. All right, so it says let me see real quick. All right, it says, but according to Bill Gates, that era is about to end, and not by accident. It says Gates is determined to kill off the smartphone, and replace it with something far more invasive: electronic tattoos designed. All right, technology designed to merge with your body. All right, developed by Chaotic Moon and later snapped up by Accenture, these tattoos promise instant communication, internet access, all right, and health monitoring, all right, with a single screen. But here's where it gets dark. They're not in your pocket, they're under your skin, all right? Yep. It says a permanent addition to your body's ecosystem. Always on, always connected, all right, always watching, all right? The elites are selling it as sleek, subtle, and more convenient and intuitive than anything we've ever seen before. And that's how they're going to make you take it, all right? By making it sound very convenient, man. All right, you're never going to lose your money. All right, you're never going to get lost. All right, if anything happens to you, you pass out. We know what type of, all we got to do is scan your chip, all right? And we know what type of medicine you need and whatever you need if anything happens to you, you know? And then you simple ass sheep, you brain dead slaves, all right? You're going to line up for it because y'all don't know. All right, you ain't take heed to the word of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai coming from the prophets of Great Millstone and the ones that teach like Great Millstone. All right, it says tiny nanocapacitors power the system, no bulky batteries, no visible device. All right, and the scriptures say we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right, it says just an invisible tether fusing your body to the grid. All right, it's all gonna report back to a giant database. All right. It says once this becomes your digital ID, there will be no logging out, no turning it off, no opting out. All right. This isn't convenience. This is control. Yeah, that's the whole point. To enslave and control this whole planet Earth through their technology, which is, the mark of the beast. All right. The next phase of the beast system is already here. And make no mistakes. All right. And make no mistake, Gate is about to make his move. The question isn't if it will happen, it's whether you'll be ready to resist when it does. Yeah, the question is not if, all right? It's just when, all right? Because we know it's going to come to pass because it's prophecy, man. All right? It's inevitable. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, it's inevitable because it's already written, man. There's nothing you could do. The prophecy is going to come to pass. And we've been prophesying, man. All right, it says Regina E. Duncan, all right, the first female director of DARPA, the shadowy military agency RFK exposed for spraying chemtrails on America, and a long list of other crimes has already declared victory. All right, she boasts that we'll be queuing up to the branded with electronic tattoos, all right, not because we desire them, but because without them we'll be locked out of society itself, all right? And the most chilling part, the creators of the beast system, all right, openly admit they're targeting children, conditioning the next generation to accept a future where control is embedded under their skin from day one, all right? And he was talking about chipping babies from birth. All right, if I'm not mistaken, that was Bill Gates talking about chipping babies from birth. I did a video on it. All right, infants, newborn babies from birth. All right, it says this isn't progress. It's the beast system made flesh, a digital brand, a modern mark of the beast, reducing every man, woman, and child to tag property on a global grid of control. It's crazy because they call it the mark of the beast, and it's crazy how people outside of this truth, even heathens, all right, can see that this is the mark of the beast, man. But you got some bugged out Israelites, all right, Israelite camps, all right, IUIC, IUCBK, and many other Israelite camps, man. All right, HOI, all right, maybe AOC. I'm not sure if they teach what the mark of the beast is, all right. Many other camps, man. All right. They tell you that the mark of the beast is a spiritual thing, man. All right. Anyway, and we broke it down many times going into the Greek. All right. Breaking down the word mark, going into the word charagma, then going into the word charax, then going into the word grapho, going into the word stigma. Come on, man. All right. Oh yeah, and if you know about Greek what is it called? Greek gematria. All right, Greek gematria. All right, because Esau, he works with numbers, man. All right, Esau works with numbers. All right, and when you type in Neuralink, all right, in the Greek gematria, all right, it adds up to 666, man. All right, because Elon Musk, he got the Neuralink, which is the brain chip, man. All right, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. All right, Greek gematria calculator. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can get that real quick. Greek gematria. All right, let's see what Neuralink adds up to. I think that's how you spell it, if I'm not mistaken. Submit 666. Boom. Woo. All right. Neuralink. All right. 666. All right. The number of the beast. All right. Chi Psi Stigma. 303 scoring 6. All right. Come on, man. All right. Because Elon Musk got the Neuralink, which is the brain chip. All right. Which, it's a step closer to the mark of the beast, because that's what the mark of the beast is. It's the chip, man. It's the microchip that they want to implant in your hand or in your forehead, your mind, your brain, man. So they got the Neuralink. You type in Neuralink, that equals up to 666, man. It's easy, bro. It's easy to see what the mark of the beast is, man. All right, it says here's where it gets truly sinister. Let's talk about a little known filler, U.S. patent. All right, 0606060. Yeah, 666, the number of the beast. All right, the patent describes a so-called cryptocurrency system, All right, using body activity data, man. Yeah. All right. Come on, man. The economy is gonna be is gonna systematically and purposely be collapsed by the elites. All right, and they're gonna usher in the mark of the beast, man, which is the RFID microchip. All right, a physical chip, a physical thing that they want implant in your body, man. All right. It says, and guess whose name is all over it? Bill Gates. All right. It says this patent describes a future where your very moments, your biological signals, even your brain waves are mined and monetized. Yeah, because that's the God complex that Esau has. All right. When you read Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, and I think it's Ezekiel 28, if I'm not mistaken, or Isaiah 28. It goes into that too, about Esau Edom having that God complex. He wants to be like the Most High. He sits in the temple of the Most High, claiming that he is the Most High. All right, that's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Because, you know, the Lord knows everything. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh knows everything, man. Okay, all right. You know, he knows all your thoughts, everything, bro. And that's how Esau Edom's trying to be like. He's trying to monitor your thoughts, know what you're thinking and all of that. All right, because Esau Edom, the so-called white man, starting with the elites, that's the damn devil, man. All right, that's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, now link that to electronic tattoos and ingestible tech already sliding through the FDA, and you start to see the picture. The mark of the beast isn't science fiction. No, it's prophecy and it's truth. All right, it's being patented. All right, codified and quietly prepared for rollout. All right, and bro? This is how we know the nuclear missiles are gonna fly very soon, bro. All right, because right after those nuclear missiles, bro. I mean, right after the mark of the beast comes, those nuclear missiles are gonna fly, man, and it ain't gonna be too much longer. All right, it says the mark of the beast. Already read that. Hold on. It says, and what happens when you decide to rebel against the system? All right, to say no to the digital brand. All right, to reject the beast system. Member of the European Parliament, Christine Anderson, has seen the plans. All right, and you are not. All right, you are not to take the mark of the beast, man. All right, you are to die. All right, and get your head chopped off. All right, instead of taking the mark of the beast. We read it earlier. All right, be faithful unto death. All right, these are the words of Yahweh Shai. Be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Because those who do take the mark of the beast, all right, which is the RFID microchip, all right, the microchip that elites want to implant under your skin, those who take the mark of the beast are going to burn in fire and brimstone, which is the nuclear missiles that's going to hit America. You're going to burn in that thermonuclear destruction, all right, if you take the mark of the beast. It tells you that in Revelation 14, all right, 14 and 9. All right, it tells you that if you take the mark of the beast, you're gonna burn in the lake of fire, which the lake of fire is America being swept off the face of this earth by nuclear destruction in this third world war. Okay, all right, so you're gonna drown in that nuclear fire when America gets pelted by nuclear missiles in this third world war. You're gonna drown in that lake of fire if you took in the mark. All right, which is the RFID microchip. All right. All right. It says, let's read a little bit more. It says, Anderson has sounded the alarm if Gates is allowed to unleash this technology. And if the public blindly complies, then humanity will be dragged into a darkness, all right, which we may never return, all right. And there's going to be some type of major catastrophic event, all right, so that the mark of the beast can take place. All right, because that's what the elites are waiting for. All right, they're waiting for the right time, the perfect event. There's going to be there's going to be a very major catastrophic event that's going to take place. All right, so the elites could use that as an excuse to usher in the mark of the beast. That's what this whole scamdemic, this 2020 scamdemic, pandemic thing was about. All right. It was a trial run for the MOTB, the mark of the beast, man. You want to see how much control they had over this earth. All right, and they literally have control, bro. Because you people, The entire earth really believed this thing, man. And lined up for the yo jabba jabba, man. These Maxine Nightingales, man. The juicy juice. Done up out here, man. It says the nightmare of communist East Germany, the iron grip of the Soviet Union. These will look like child's play compared to what the globalists have planned. All right. Once they seize total control, every movement, every thought, every breath will be monitored and managed. All right. This isn't just surveillance. It's the end of human freedom as we know it. And that's their plan. All right. And the Lord is going to take it from them. Right when it's in their grasp. Right when they're like, yes, we got it. We got everyone chipped. Our new world order is here. The Lord is going to yank it from them, man. The Lord is going to tease them, man. Because the Lord's funny like that, man. The Lord is going to dangle it right in front of their face, and He's just going to yank it, man. And that's when Yahweh Shai going to crack that sky and eat Esau, eat him alive with nuclear fire, man. And this devil is never going to rule over us ever again, man. He's going to be a complete the scum that he is, man. He's going to get stuffed in chicken coops, man. All of that. Chains and shackles this man is going to be in, man. All right, call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, we're never gonna live in this hell ever again, man. Starting with the elect, man. All right, come on, man. It says the upcoming rollout is no longer a question of if, only when. All right, the elites are already planning a massive psychological operation. That's what this whole That's what this whole this 2020 scamdemic thing was about. A psychological operation to convince the masses it's time to ditch their so-called convenience like smartphones and embrace the beast system technology embedded under the skin. We've been telling y'all, man. All right? We've been telling y'all, man. All right? So y'all see it, man. All right? Those of you who resisted during the Bovid era, all right? The scamdemic era, all right? Who refused to cave to the globalist lies survived the greatest mass deception psyop in history. Yeah, that's what it was. The greatest mass deception psyop in history. That's exactly what it was, bro. The whole earth literally, bro, like the scriptures say, the devil deceiveth the whole world. All right, the whole earth literally, bro, that's crazy. Bro, the elites literally fooled this entire earth. That's crazy. All right. It says you deserve an enormous amount of credit, as the late Nobel Prize winner Luc Montagnier, all right, warned. It may be people like you who ultimately save humanity itself. All right. All right. So that's it, man. All right. You can read this article for yourself. All right. You can read the rest of the article for yourself. All right, it's only a little bit more. All right, it says right here. So here's where we stand. The beast system is no longer a theory. It's on the verge of being rolled out. Yep. Electronic tattoos, ingestible devices, digital IDs tied to every aspect of life. Right. Total control hidden behind the mask of convenience. Yeah. All right. So that's it, man. All right. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Ratazad. This lesson was edifying. All right. Call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. All right, and on to the next one. Shalom, shalom.